In today's video, we'll explore the color brown, focusing on how to style it effectively. I'll cover the different shades of brown, including the trendy chocolate brown, and offer tips on how to incorporate these variations into your wardrobe. From chic color combinations to choosing between warmer and cooler tones, you'll get practical advice to help you wear brown stylishly every time. Let's dive in. I'll share tips on how to incorporate the color brown into your wardrobe. Start by trusting your instincts and choosing shades you naturally like. Look at your existing clothes, makeup, and accessories to identify which browns you already own and love. This will help ensure new pieces blend well with your current wardrobe. The color brown can feel earthy and grounded, especially in darker tones, while lighter browns are airier and softer. Choose shades that align with the energy you want to project, just like the mid-brown jacket I'm wearing today, which complements many colors in my closet. And when it comes to the energy behind the color brown and kind of what we think of when we look at the color brown, for me, it feels very, very earthy. And especially those darker browns, they feel very rich and very grounded. There's something that feels like dirt or wet bark, like tree bark, like I've mentioned before. And then as you lighten it up, it feels a lot airier and brighter and softer. So many versions within the spectrum. And I think it's so important, again, to not only pick what you're naturally drawn to, but then also channel the energy that you want. So, like the jacket that I'm wearing today, it's kind of like a mid-brown. And I find that this works really well with a lot of the other colors in my closet. So again, trust your instincts and go from there. Now, when it comes to actually wearing the color brown, I think the easiest place to start is with your accessories. The color brown is so perfectly suited for shoes, bags, and belts. And it's a really, really easy place to start, especially if you're kind of not really sure where to begin with this color, and you don't know if you necessarily want clothing in this color. So, I recommend, much like I mentioned earlier, choosing the one that you're naturally drawn to, but keep in mind your lifestyle, because if you're living somewhere that's really wet or rainy or snowy, going for a darker brown can be really valuable because it's not going to show those scuffs or those stains. But if you live somewhere really light and airy, maybe somewhere that's a little bit warmer, going for a lighter brown is a really great option because that's going to be perfectly suited for that sunshine energy. So now I want to go over some of the colors that look particularly great with brown. I did a very condensed list because, like I mentioned at the beginning, brown is so versatile and so neutral that you can really pair it with any color. But I think that keeping a couple of these in mind is a really great starting point because you probably have these colors in your wardrobe. They're easy to work with already, and they're also very neutral and very flexible. So it gives you a lot of working room within the color combinations, and nothing's going to feel too over the top. So, of course, I have to start off with matching brown with brown and shades of brown, all worn within the same outfit is so beautiful. And especially right now for a fall, we're seeing a lot of that really beautiful chocolate brown, and we're seeing those outfits from head to toe. So a top, a bottom, and then matching accessories. And it is so exquisite. It's a really rich color, and it just feeds into that luxurious feeling so beautifully. But you can, of course, do this with any variation of brown, whether that's a lighter one or a darker one. And then you can also do variations of light and dark within the same outfit, which I think feeds beautifully into the next one. And especially as you move lighter into that spectrum of brown, and you get into like those tans or those camel colors, those look so gorgeous with all of the variations of brown. And wearing lighter brown and darker brown together gives a really beautiful contrast. It's still all within the same family, so it's not too over the top. It's a nice way to kind of build some interest without stepping too far outside of your comfort zone. And it also goes so beautifully with those brown accessories. And then from there, I think that it's really, really nice if you pair brown with white or off-white white. And off-white is so easy to work with. You probably have this in your wardrobe as it is right now. And throwing a brown excess accessory on a white outfit, or something that's, again, a little bit of a softer white. It looks so beautiful. It's incredibly timeless. And I think that it's also really versatile for most of the year. It works for spring, summer, winter, and fall. Another really great neutral to pair with brown, and especially brown accessories and maybe a brown bag. Brown belt, brown shoes, or brown jacket is the color. Gray. And just like the color brown, I think this looks beautiful in every variation, whether that's a really rich charcoal gray or something that's lighter and feels almost like a cloud, like a rain cloud. Those variations within that are so perfect. And I think it's a great way to anchor. The gray can feel a little bit serious, a little bit grounded, a little bit ethereal, depending on where you are on that spectrum of light to dark. But within that, brown is such a great way to bring that earthiness back to it. So if ethereal is up here in the clouds, brown is down here on the ground, and you mix them together. And it's just a beautiful combination, incredibly classic and very, very chic. I also really love how looks with navy or varying shades of blue, whether that's a lighter blue or mid blue or a darker blue. There's something really classic about the color blue. And because it's so prevalent in our lives, we see it in the sky every day or every other day if it's cloudy, then we have access to that color always. And that makes it really familiar and very recognizable. And keeping that in mind when you're building out your color palette can be really helpful because we kind of know what colors go with that instinctively. And because it's nature, the color brown is perfect for that. So again, any version, a light to dark, and have fun with it. And I think especially right now, what feels so great for fall is something like denim on denim with brown accessories. And then you can, of course, lighten that up as you move into spring. And it feels so light and fresh and very classic. So my recommendation here is to make sure that you can clearly see the difference between the two of them. Otherwise, it can kind of blend a little bit and maybe not give you the impact that you're going for. So either change the texture in your black and your brown so that they contrast, or change the color a little bit. So I love to go for a really dark brown, a really dark black, and then go for a really lighter brown or something a little bit softer. And those two together are so gorgeous. It feels kind of equestrian. It feels very, very classic. And I think it's incredibly versatile and a nice way to kind of lighten up your black pieces. I dive into the world of color combinations with a focus on brown, a versatile yet sometimes overlooked neutral. I hope you find these pairings useful and inspiring. If there's a combo you love that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. Also, stay tuned for an exciting new project on color palettes and personalizing your wardrobe with a sign-up link in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.